So I don't think that growth is something that has to be quick, has to be done in a rushed manner. In nature, for example, nothing is ever done in a rushed manner. Everything is done naturally and in perfect timing and perfect order. When you think of a tree, for example, a tree doesn't rush to grow. It doesn't rush to grow taller. It doesn't sprint to reach its maximum height. It grows slow and steady, and it's grounded by its roots. And those roots are beneath the surface. Nobody gets to see those roots, but the roots play an absolutely critical role in the tree achieving its full potential and reaching its maximum height. Those roots provide the tree with nutrients and stability. It anchors the tree, and those roots are constantly working behind the scenes. Nobody gets to see what those roots are doing, but they're always working in the tree's favor. Of course, they're part of the tree. Without a solid foundation in the form of those roots, the tree quite literally would not be able to stand tall. Similarly, when we act in ways that are in alignment with who it is we want to be, and we decide that we want to start taking our personal development, self-development more seriously, we start developing habits that we know are going to better us, and we start getting clear on what our values and principles and standards are as an individual. Those act as our roots, and we start to build the foundation of who it is we are. Without having that foundation, without having those roots, reaching our full potential would be a lot harder, and to be honest, probably not really achievable or sustainable for a extended period of time, for a long period of time. That foundational work that we do on ourselves, they're not always visible to people on the outside or to the outside world, but they're absolutely critical and crucial for us to grow and to get better, to reach our full potential, or to make our goals, our dreams, a reality. In order for us to develop discipline and consistency around taking action towards our goals or being consistent towards our habits that we know are going to lead us towards good things, in order for us to be able to manage and weather certain storms. And I'm saying this literally and figuratively. Like, if you think of a tree, in order for a tree to be able to withstand storms, it's got to rely on those roots and be grounded. And the same thing is true in our lives. Like, in order to weather storms, in order to face difficulty head on and be able to come through on the other side, we need to be grounded in our values and our standards and who it is we are, and lean on the good things that we do on a consistent basis that help us navigate difficult situations that happen in our lives, that help us lean on who it is we are and our morals to help us find solutions to certain problems or issues that we have to deal with. A tree that has deep, expansive roots becomes stronger trees, more sturdy trees. And the same thing is true with human beings. The more time we spend on our self-development, the more time that we spend building that foundation, which isn't pretty. You're going to learn a lot of things about yourself that maybe you didn't realize, and you're going to have to face certain things that you've never faced before. The more time we spend working on ourselves and building that foundation, the better off we are going to be. The better individuals I think we're going to become. The more confidence we're going to have in ourselves, the more confidence we're going to have in our ability to make our dreams a reality and get after our goals and achieve our goals. The more self-assurance we're going to have, and just overall our ability to show up as who it is we want to be on a day-to-day basis is going to be improved. If we try to rush our growth without having a proper foundation, it may be harder for us to navigate, certain challenges that come up, or navigate certain resistance that comes up. We may not really have a deep sense of our direction, where it is we want to go and the kind of person that we want to be, because we haven't done that internal work. We haven't gone within and figured out who it is we are as an individual. We haven't figured out the kind of person we want to be, how we want to show up in the world, what we want to achieve. what our values are, what our standards are. Those things take time to figure out and develop clarity around. It's not something that happens overnight. When you invest in yourself quietly, when you work on yourself behind the scenes, that's where real growth happens. And like I said at the beginning of this recording, I don't think that's something that can be rushed. It shouldn't be rushed. Roots take time to spread. They take time to get stronger. They take time to expand. That's that inner work that we do. It takes time, and it's unseen. It's behind the scenes. It's not pretty, it's not glamorous, but it's crucial. It's that foundational work that we have to do, I feel like, in order for us to reach our full potential. And this may take weeks, it may take months, it may take even years for you to really develop clarity around the kind of person you want to be and where it is you want to go and the type of person you just see yourself becoming, or the values and standards that you have as an individual. This stuff takes time, but it's worth it. If you invest in yourself and look within and work on yourself, like, it will pay off. When you know who it is you are on a deep level, and of course we're always growing and our vision is always gonna change and grow and develop as we grow as individuals, but when you have a clear vision for your life, or you've set clear personal values, there's no question your life is going to improve because of it. Whether it's your ability to face challenges and overcome resistance, whether it's just having more confidence in your day-to-day life, being more self-assured, being more resilient, being more present in your day-to-day life, and understanding the importance of presence. These are all things that come about and things that develop slowly over time as you've built that foundation. The stronger our inner foundation, our roots, the more organically, the more naturally our goals are going to align with who it is we are. And the easier it's going to be for those goals to unfold in our lives, because they're going to be drawn to us. They're going to be drawn to us because of who it is we are. A tree, its roots absorb things from the earth. When we have a deep-rooted connection to who it is we are, we have a deep inner foundation, we have those strong roots, the easier it's going to be for us to stay connected to our values, our principles, our deep inner purpose. And like I said, our goals, they're going to be drawn to us because of who it is we are when we've built that foundation. Things are just going to get easier. We're just going to have more clarity and certainty around everything. Like who it is we want to be, where it is we want to go, our direction in life. These things happen when you've taken the time to build that foundation with yourself internally and build those roots and strengthen those roots. So many people want to rush growth and rush their success, and they have to sprint to the finish line, and that finish line is, all of their goals and all of their dreams and all of the success that they want other people to see they have or have achieved. But it's not going to fulfill you permanently. What's fulfilling is slow and steady growth, because that's where you actually figure out who it is you are. That's how you actually learn and get even more clear about what it is you truly want. It's not about sprinting to the finish line and just snapping your fingers and getting everything that you want right now. You wouldn't even be able to appreciate the things that you got if you got everything that you wanted this second. When we grow slowly behind the scenes and you have that foundation internally, you start to realize that you're fulfilled here and now, and getting the things that you want is just the cherry on top. Your happiness and joy and fulfillment and peace isn't dependent upon reaching those goals or getting to the places that you see for yourself. So embrace slow and steady growth. If you're in a season of life right now, or a period of your life right now where you're just kind of working on yourself behind the scenes, and maybe things are taking a little bit longer than you would have hoped to start seeing certain results, that's okay. The period of life that you're in right now, where you're growing, is important. Without this growth, without the lessons that you're inevitably learning or going to continue to learn or will learn in the future, your ability to not only get the things that you want, but be able to hold on to them and grow with them is greatly diminished. Embrace the growth, embrace the learning, embrace the work that you're putting into yourself behind the scenes, that foundational work, because you're developing clarity around the kind of person that you want to be and how you want to show up in the world, the kind of values, standards, and principles you want to live by that's going to propel you forward and propel you towards all of your goals and all of your dreams. I know it's obviously a lot easier said than done, and this is something that I'm telling myself all the time too, but if you got everything that you wanted right now, would you really be prepared? Would you really be the type of person you need to be in order to grow with it? Because it would be great to get the things that you want, but if you lost it, if you weren't able to hold on to it because you weren't ready yet, because you weren't the type of person you needed to be yet, like, what would be the point in getting it? Actually crafting and molding yourself and going through certain things and working towards something so you can have it and grow with it, and then have new goals and work towards those goals. Like, wouldn't that be way more satisfying? Maybe what it is you're going through right now is teaching you about the importance of being in the here and now, being in the present moment, rather than wishing you were somewhere else. What if you got everything that you wanted right now, but you didn't value the present moment? If you're hardwired for success and for reaching a specific point in the future, getting to a specific destination that you see for yourself in the future, maybe you wouldn't even be able to appreciate the things that you do get because you're always on to that next thing, creating this cycle of just chasing things. So be grateful for where it is you are. Be grateful for the growth that you're putting into yourself behind the scenes. Be grateful for the fact that you care about building a foundation and care about planting your roots, and understand that in time, naturally, organically, things are going to grow. You're going to get to your goals. Things are going to just naturally occur, just like they do in nature. There's a great quote that I read from Lao Tzu, a Chinese philosopher. And he says, "Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished." So I'll leave you with that. Hope you got some value out of listening to this. Thank you for being a part of Presence of Being. If you enjoyed listening to this recording, be sure to leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already. If you're listening to this on YouTube, if you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, leaving a positive review would mean a lot and definitely help just spread this message and continue to build Presence of Being in our community. If you have any comments or anything, you just want to chat, you could always DM me at Presence of Being on Instagram. My DMs are always open on Instagram and on TikTok. Thank you again for being here, and I will see you in the next recording very soon.